Alrighty. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing? How we doing? Um, Today was a great trade. Uh, plus 300 for me. Hope you guys hit your trades today. It just needed timing, if I'm being honest. Like, I have I did a live recording of it, which I have the file too. So, I'm gonna chop that up and I'll put that on TikTok, sped up, just the entry part. Um, and I'll quickly go over what I did. Um, in terms of my entry. So, I don't know if I should go into the live recording first, or should I go into the live recording? Yeah, let's go into the live recording first. Hold up. Which one was this? This was, yeah. Alright. This was a live trading, and I was in class. Okay. Let me see if I can speed this up. Anyway, speed. Let's do like 1.5 speed. Yeah. So I was in class and I was doing this. So yeah, this is me getting on the charts. I'm just flipping through, going to my 4 hour, to mark out my 4 hour previous high and 4 hour previous low. I'm just adjusting the all-time high. Gotta be precise with it. Um, yeah, this is all I do. Like when I get on the charts, is just placing my 4 hour high, 4 hour low, equilibrium, and yeah. And then we're just chilling. We're waiting for one of them to get swept, or at least for a major liquidity sweep. And then we're chilling. So yeah, right here, you can see this is my whole strategy. Like it's the easiest shit of all time if you understand it. Like, that's the 6 a.m. candle. Like, it's because it basically tells you the range from 6 a.m. to 7, 8, 9, till 10. Like, I think it's either 10 or 9. 10. Yeah, 10. And then after 10, a new candle starts up. So right here, this is going to come in, this is going to be important later on. I mark out a bearish um fair value gap, and you could see over here that we actually inversed a 1 hour bearish fair value gap, and we turned it into an IFVG. It tapped into it and went up. This is where most people get confused, including me. So this will come important because I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. So, anyways, I'm in class, English class. I'm sitting and I'm marking out everything. So as we can see here, tapped into the 1 hour. I think this is the 1 hour or 4 hour. 1 hour. The 1 hour fair value gap. It's on a. It is on a downtrend. So yeah, I marked it out. You're gonna see a lot of blue boxes. Okay, in the next like 5 minutes. One thing you will notice is that I switch between time frames a lot, like the lower ones. Like, I usually go 1, 2, 3, 5, and sometimes a 15 minute, and then 1 hour and 4 hour. That's it. Like those are my key time frames that I flip through. Um, like right here, you can see I'm on a 15 minute, and it's about a sweep, our 4 hour high before market open, and that'll also come in handy later when I'll show you something. But basically, right now I'm just flipping through all of this. Um, yeah. I also like to look all the way back, um, because usually if something unexpected happens, it's either because of news or it's because of uh like a past untapped confluence or something like that. Like whether it's fair value gap or order block, like something there's always something. So if I don't see any confluences and I just go all the way back and I check the back and I check before and maybe like the last trend and see if there was any untapped like 15-minute fair value gaps or high time frame fair value gaps or any order blocks, rejection blocks, anything like that. That could cause price to move a certain way now compared to back then. Um, yeah, right here. Surprise! Like our 4 hour previous high is right in the middle of this gap, this fair value gap. So right here, you can see it goes through it, but I think right here I was watching for 1 hour if it would inverse it or if it would just keep going up. I mean, or if it would reject it and go down, which it did reject actually. And I could have taken a short off this before, like pre-market. I could have taken a short and I didn't. I didn't cause bro, I was looking for longs the whole time, but this was an easy 30, 40 point short that I missed. And it also had everything that my setup was looking for. So I just messed it up. I missed it. But that's what happens. I still won today, so I'm not mad. You gotta you know, just take what you can. Um right here, these are my three main tabs. This one, the Brent oil price. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I'm doing. The Brent oil price tab might go if the Iran US war ends because there's no point in having it. Like, one thing I've noticed is when oil goes up, stock market goes down. Like futures at least. Like stuff that gets affected goes down when oil is up. And when oil is down, stock market goes up. I don't know. But that's the only reason I watch it. Like if it's going up and let's say it jumps from 85 to like 90, I'd be like, okay, stock market's about to dip a little because obviously something bad happened. I also watch Al Jazeera for news. For news, and this is. Make sure to check this out. Forex Factory. That's all the red folders and high impact news on the currency, on the USD currency. So I usually just flip through that while I'm waiting for price to give me my setup. So right here we can see pushed up above the high. Oh yeah, I stopped. This was just pre. This was pre-market. Just me doing my whole shebang with the setting up my pre-strategy. Basically, that's what I'm gonna call it. This one's 57 minutes long. This is the actual trade. Like this is on market open. This right here is market open. I'm gonna put it on 2 times speed. This is market open. So as you can see, it sweep the high. Actually, let's do this. I'll flip through them. So this is what happened. This is what happened. But yeah, this is what happened. Anyways, so this is what we were looking at. I'm just gonna show you guys. This is what happened. I could have taken a short on this and I didn't because I was kind of afraid of the inverse fair value gap, the 1 hour inverse fair value gap. I thought it would push price high enough to inverse this fair value gap as well, so I didn't take this trade. But I should have because it fit my criteria. Buy side liquidity, sweeped, came down, sell side liquidity, sweeped, and then made a fair value gap. Let me go on the 3 minute. It'll make it look cleaner than whatever the fuck I'm doing on the 1 minute. The 1 minute has so much noise. Right here. This is a market structure shift right here. I'm not gonna put it directly on the thing. I like to put it on the low. Boom. Market structure shift. And then if I were to take the trade, like look at this. This would have been easy short. I was watching this too. I would have shorted, but I didn't. Like perfect setup, and I messed it up. But anyways, came down to like right here. No, let's bring this down. Low key. Let's put it right there. Yeah. I like to alternate between putting my short position either on the 0.5 or the 0.6, but usually the 0.6 if it shows high resistance to downside, or if it just doesn't look like it's gonna come back up and hit the 0.5, I just put it there. So anyways, 0.6 would have been there. Whoops. Cool. Okay. 0.6 would have been there, but it's pre-market, so I wouldn't have probably entered. I would have probably entered around right here, or not. Nah, low key. Low key. This wouldn't have hit my TP, if I'm being honest, if I went short. Because, like, I would have probably entered around somewhere like. Yeah, wait a second. I'm thinking about this. It would have been a bad short. It wouldn't have hit my TP. It wasn't a 20-point move down. Forget what I said about this. If I were to enter up here, then it would have been a good trade. But entering off of this, I missed a whole move basically. So there was no point. There was no point for that short. Anyways, let's get back to the actual live trade. Like if I entered off of that fair value gap, I also alternate through the 5 minute for rejection blocks. That's what I look at for the 5 minute. I look at SMTs and rejection blocks. It didn't respect this rejection block. I mean, it dumped. It respected it. It dumped. You could see me marking out this stuff, like exact same spot. But anyways, let's fast forward. You can see I'm constantly refreshing this shit to check for any news. I also watched NQ, and NQ inversed the 1 hour fair value gap compared to ES, which didn't. So that's one of the reasons I don't want to go short and I want to go long, because NQ literally inversed the 1 hour. So I was like, NQ's probably gonna drag ES up after the big move down. That's the only reason I went long. Um, yeah. All these blue boxes are either fair value gaps or rejection blocks, and that's it. That's all it is. Like, they're nothing else. I also have my timings marked out. You can see on market open, like, it hit the fair value gap and it's going down. I wouldn't have taken this trade if I'm being honest. I feel like the trade I took today was reasonable. Might have been a little luck because Donald J. Trump, I think, tweeted or something happened where the stock market shot up. I don't know why I would do that. I was refreshing everything. I was like, wait, why did it just jump? Because there's no red folders, there's no CPI, there's no FOMC. Um, at least, I mean, there was FOMC, but there wasn't like, it was a yellow folder. It wasn't a red folder. You could see, yeah, there was FOMC. So, anyways, let's skip through. Like you could see me actively like looking for a long setup. Like you can see me actively looking for a long setup. And if one thing doesn't like, also, did you just see that NQ and ES are moving in two complete excuse me, different ways. I was sitting there. I was like, what is going on? What is this? Um, I took rid of the 5 minute because the way this was looking, it was gonna go straight down and take out liquidity. So I was like, you know what? What's the point? By the time it gets up there, that's gonna be like 50 points away. I'm already gonna be in a long 20 minutes. It's not even gonna reach that. So yeah, you could actively see me like this is the ideal sell side liquidity sweep. Forget these two candlesticks. Like it when it swept this low and then came back up, if there was a bullish candle up that swept this buy side liquidity, and then it probably would have made a break of structure right here, and you enter off of that, you would have caught the reversal. Like, so yeah, but it didn't do that. It was just dumping. So this was invalid. The second it made like two bearish candles, it was done. It was done. There was no point. There was no point. There was no point. It was invalid because then it took a liquidity sweep over here, and then kept going straight down. Yup, look at this. I marked it out, liquidity sweep, and I was like, okay, if it didn't respect that setup, like I could also use this. Like if it sweep this liquidity and it stopped going down and it kind of showed momentum to the upside and then it started fitting my setup, you could also use the liquidity sweep as an SSL. Um, and then it sweeps buy side liquidity and then makes a fair value gap. That could also work. So I was just waiting for that. And there was a bullish SMT, which it invalidated, I think. So I was measuring because I was weighing. I was like, if I entered a short at market open, would it have hit my TP? I was marking the lows and highs and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah. when I saw bullish SMTs, um, I was like, I'm 100% going long because my daily 4 hour and 1 hour were bullish. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait for NQ to stop. I mean, I'm gonna wait for ES to stop dumping, and once it starts dumping, it's gonna go the same way NQ went and follow that inverse. You could see me, you could see me, you could see me doing my setup. Just making my setup, you know. That's the thing with my strategy. Like, there's a bunch of fake outs, but you could kind of like easily figure out if it's a fake out or not because there's three criterias. Well, two, but the third one is more optional and safe. The buy side or sell side liquidity. Sweet. Like if it's a sell side, then you wait for a buy side, and then you wait for a BOS. If you're looking for longs, and if you're looking for shorts, you go sell side, buy side, and then MSS. So three criterias, and if it fits all three criterias, 70% of the time, 80% of the time, even 90% of the time, it's a reversal. It's going to the upside or downside, and then you just enter, and boom. I was marking out how much it would take for me to, because I saw this fair value gap, and I was scared it would um enter that fair value gap and then just dip down. So, but low key, this 5 minute rejection block that I caught actually saved me because it was another confluence to see if it was bullish or not. Um, if it showed resistance like this, like I was watching, I was like, "There's no way it's going down," and sweeping that liquidity. So, anyways, let's skip past. Yeah, it was consolidating here. So, what this hinted to me was like, okay, ES now wants to go up. Like the price now wants to go up. Like the sellers are exhausted. And yeah, once it did this, and I was just waiting for this candle. I was like, if it makes a fair value gap on this BOS, I'm gonna enter it regardless of because it would have inversed the bearish fair value gap, which it didn't. It was consolidating. And Q was still dipping, by the way. I don't know. I was watching it and um yeah, look at this. Like, but I was trusting bullish. I was trusting bullish. I was trusting bullish. Keeps dipping. Yeah. This is where I saw ES making, like right here. I was just waiting for it to inverse. Like if it didn't inverse this, I wouldn't have entered the trade unless it inversed that fair value gap. Because then it probably would have dipped one more time, cleared this liquidity, and then came back up, and probably would have just that would have been the reversal. But nah, it tried a lot of times to invalidate that rejection block, and it didn't get a chance to. Like, and low key, I was watching NQ. I was like, it's gonna sweep liquidity. Like once that sweeps liquidity, there's absolutely no way it's gonna go back. Keep going down. I mean, so yeah, I saw this and I was kind of scared. I was like, also one thing to note. Usually, when you have the SSL or buy side liquidity, it usually never goes past that. Like in my setup, if you have a SSL or buy side liquidity, it usually never goes past it. Like I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Past this. But anyways, we're gonna skip through. I'm just waiting for a fair value gap to be made. NQ sweeped liquidity, and this is what happened. And I was like, okay, what? I'm checking the news. I'm like, what the fuck happened? What is this? Like I'm checking. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this was. But anyways, um, it actually inversed the BOS, so I entered the trade right here. Um, yeah, you can see in real time. That's what I'm doing. Enter the trade. Voice cracks. Yo, my voice cracks because, bro, I have to talk a little quiet. Like, my voice is naturally loud. So when I'm trying to tone it down, it starts cracking up. Anyways, put it on the point 0.5, waited for price to come back down. This low key looked like a running trend. Like it didn't look like it was gonna come down. That's why I put it at point 0.6, because it didn't look like it was gonna come down. And this is the discipline part. Like what I do, you can see I don't actually like enter a trade, but I'm simulating entering a trade, and I'm not changing anything. Like you could see that. Put it at point 0.6, and once it tapped into that, this was close to the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. golden range for my strategy, anyways. So it was okay for me to enter it. Started going down, but I wasn't scared because I used this fair value gap as a. There was a fair value gap and there was a rejection block, and my SL was below all of that. So I was like, if it would have to inverse the fair value gap, then it would have to reject the rejection block, and then it would hit my SL. I kind of used them as shields, so I wasn't too scared that it would go and hit my stop loss. Yeah, I was just watching it. I was in class actually. Going down, going up, blah blah blah. Went up, went down. I mean, this is where I got a little scared because I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm gonna be honest. Like sometimes it's like it wants to play with people's emotions. I mean, there's a bearish SMT making long wicks to the downside. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention it tapped into a 15-minute fair value gap on my setup, so I was confident it was a bullish um thing. Ooh, look at this. This is what hit my TP. Like, look at that. What the? That's like a 30-point move, by the way. Like a 30-point candle. Like, look at that. I hit TP. I'm happy, but I was so confused on why it went up. Like I'm checking everything. I'm checking Al Jazeera. I'm checking the oil. The natural gas storage was bullish. Like it wasn't a negative thing. Also, if you saw the oil thing, it dipped. And I think this is where US and Iran, like there was a quick thing about them reaching a MOC or MOUC or something like that. It's called something like that. Where they made agreements or whatever. And I think that's why it shot up. But yeah, that was my entry in real time, by the way. That was my entry in real time. So anyways, yeah, that's all it is. So that was the whole live trading thing. That was everything live, like you could see. That's what happened. Um, and it made all-time new highs. ES made more all-time highs. So yeah, I'll go into like more depth on my strategy later, not right now, like another day, cause I don't know. But yeah, that was my trade today. You could see, and it was almost in my ideal trading range, 10 to 11. And the reason why I didn't take another trade is because once it did this whole thing, you don't really know where market's gonna go. Like it could either keep going up like this, or it could just dip down to try to fill this gap. So I didn't really enter anything. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all it was. Caught like my strategy is so good at catching like trends. Like I'm being completely honest. This is a great. This my strategy is absolutely golden, man. Yo, NQ failed to make new all-time highs. So I think for Friday, I might not even trade. Like I'm be completely honest, I might not even take a trade on Friday because it can either go two ways. It can either go both dump after ES makes a new all-time high, or ES carries NQ up to a new all-time high, and then they both dump. So I'm not really taking a trade that day, but yeah, that was my trade today. I was confident in everything. I wasn't doubting myself. Um, Hope you guys got the same trade. Hope you guys caught this. And if you didn't catch it, all good. You might catch a bigger one. You might like just that doesn't like most of the time it's not because of your strategy, it's because of your entry. Bad entry. And if you're ass at trading, then it's probably your strategy. But just perfect it. Like don't go looking for, oh, this guy said this is the best strategy. That's the best strategy. Nah, it's the one tailored for you, and this one's tailored for me because it's aggressive. I catch big trades. I like catching big trades. I don't like if I scale this down 100%. My win rate would be like 100% because I would be catching 10-point moves every 5 seconds. The only thing is, it wouldn't be a 2 RR. I would have to put it at like one to one, which I don't want to do. And I like this ratio right here, 80 ticks, 20 points and 10 points, because it leaves enough space for MES in case it wants to do some shenanigans, and the 20-point move isn't that hard to reach on market open. So yeah, that was my trade today. Um, hey, I'm gonna say it again. Once you understand this shit, it's the easiest thing ever. Like once you actually lock in and understand this, it's so easy. It's so unbelievably easy. Like, I'm surprised it's so easy for me. Like my setup, I'm looking at it. It's so easy. Like bro, Southside liquidity sweep didn't go past it again. Went up, cleared buy side liquidity, came back down, couldn't push past Southside liquidity. That gave me like enough confidence to be like, okay, this is gonna go straight back up and might make a break of structure. Went back up all the way up to here. I don't know what this candle was about actually, but inversed this fair value gap, came back down, entered that fair value gap, blah 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 blah. I can't speak. And then just shut up. And even listen, even if this candle didn't happen, like I promise you, this would have been an uptrend. This would not have came back down because we already invalidated all this fair value gaps. Like all these fair value gaps, we invalidated. So the only way was up, and we just entered a 15-minute fair value gap to the upside. So that was an easy long. This was also an easy short, but whatever. Didn't take it. Good thing I didn't take it because it still wouldn't have hit my TP. This was like what, like total 10-point move. It would have been like right here. It would have been like 10 points away from my TP, so it's all good. I'ma have my what I just showed you guys with my live trade. I'ma have it on TikTok and sped up on my account. My TikTok's the same as the YouTube, same username. Just type it in, and you'll see it. Yeah. Hope you guys had a great trade. Anybody going into Asia session, good luck. I'm gonna just say that because this is. I'm gonna just say good luck. That's it, because anything can happen. But yeah. Peace.